The Wall Street Journal earlier released a report titled U.S. Says Oil is Pouring Through Hormuz. Trackers Can't Find It. Industry firms that count ships' oil output and imports aren't able to verify the full volume of oil the U.S. claims is getting through Iran's chokehold. Now, when you don't read the article, this title can be misleading because it is referencing the claim that 15 million barrels of oil went out in one day earlier last week. And that 15 million barrels a day hasn't shown up anywhere in anybody's trackers, and it hasn't hit the market yet. Now, if it hasn't hit the market yet, then it probably isn't going to India, because it takes 4 to 7 days from the day it left the Gulf to get to India, but it can take up to 2 weeks and 3 weeks to Singapore and China, respectively. Kepler did a study of how many ships went through the Strait from August 1st to the 19th, and they found that 112 ships went through the Strait. Only 2 went through the Omani route, and 21 went through the Iranian route, and that left 89 with their transponders turned off, and nobody can determine which route they went through. Here is a visual description of those numbers, and it's worth noting that these numbers are not the same as the 55 ships that have been turned around in that same time period. So those numbers are separate from the 112. And so from this data, it does stand to reason that these ships that are going dark are going through the Omani route. They just haven't been confirmed by commercial shipping tracking data because they can't see them. There is no ability for commercial satellites to track in real time these ships that go dark. That capability is still isolated to military and local capabilities that just aren't extended to commercial satellites. That said, this claim would only be a big deal if that was 15 million barrels a day consistently versus just one day, which comprises the average of 2 days that is currently flowing through. Keep in mind also that the current pipelines that take oil out of the Gulf amount to about 9 million barrels a day. And so because the numbers vary and they swing wildly, one day you'll get 6 million barrels out and the next day you might get 15. The total average per day comes to about 10 million barrels a day. Some estimates have that upwards of 12. So 10 to 12 million barrels a day per month is getting out of the Strait. Now, I want to draw your attention to this graph where it depicts before the conflict and where we are now. And as you can see, the green line depicts the closure of the strait by the IRGC, and the yellow line depicts the blockade. And as you can see, even though Iran is saying that the strait is closed, we are inching up closer and closer to having it fully open. Right now, it is over 10 million barrels per day and climbing, and you can expect August to have higher numbers than June and July. But this is what I mean when I say the president will open the strait in the time and manner of his choosing. He has chosen this time and this manner, and it is, again, only a matter of time for the strait to open up even further. But that doesn't remove the overall issue of instability that this has indeed caused, and that is going to be priced in the market. So even if gas prices do come down, they will only come down marginally as they are continuously pricing in the risk and the variability of the potential for further conflict. And so until that ceases, this will always be a troubling issue. But again, there is time on our side and not so much time on the side of the IRGC. So just to be clear, the title is just as misleading as the claim, and we won't know the actual truth to any of it until the numbers are tallied up at the end of the month. So until then, we'll just have to wait and see.